World of Chaos or World of Order? Hello and welcome to Splat Talk, where I let my man Smyth talk about stuff related to Splatoon in general, and today let's just discuss the future. What would happen between living in a world of chaos and living in a world of order in the future of Splatoon? The final fest of Splatoon 2, coming this July, lets us choose between chaos and order, with the outcome possibly shaping up the future of Splatoon, kinda like the final Splatfest in Splatoon 1 shaped the events of Splatoon 2. But is it just about off the hook? Maybe not this time. Maybe this will reshape the world of Splatoon as we all know. This might affect not just Pearl and Marina, but Inkopolis, the culture, the fashion, the story, and even the stages, weapons, and metagame of Splatoon in a future game. In a world of chaos, I can imagine everything will look in ruin and dilapidated and devastated by some event that will start the story in a world at the brink of destruction. This will be reflected by the main hub and the stages that might sound like we're getting more into the derelict suburbs of Inkopolis, possibly with old stages like Bluefin Depot and Snapper Canal returning to match the atmosphere. There will be a major emphasis on street culture, grunge, punk, rebel, streetwear, sportswear, etc. as well, with the fashion reflecting this culture and the available gear present during the Splatoon 2 final Splatfest being a starting point of what's coming next if this side wins the final fest. Music will be centered towards rock, metal, rap, hip-hop, R&B, etc. just like Pearl's culture. And the weapons would also match this culture, both in terms of looks but also in terms of metagame, where the efforts of one person can change the tide of the match. Think of some weapons, specials, and metagame elements from both Splatoon games that give you the power to take over the match on your own, like Bubbler and Kraken full-blown invincible, Stingray, Splatoon 1's quick respawn and stealth jump, the Blaster's ink efficiency from Splatoon 1, more weapons with splash walls, especially viable ones, the ability to splat someone at full health without a full charge on the eliter, I don't know, maybe with damage up all over again, and probably more. And imagine this makes the meta of Splatoon 3, a chaotic, high-octane inducing meta where everything will be broken, and thus nothing will be broken by default because of everything being already broken. Get it? For the story, I would like to imagine that what caused Inkopolis to be on the verge of destruction will be Commander Tartar, aka this weird phone with the green fudge on its head and an AI created by humans 12,000 years before the events of Splatoon 1 and 2, coming back and carrying on his objective of wiping out all trace of life form from this planet and restarting life by itself, so he can transfer human knowledge passed to him to a worthier species. But he does not have the firepower that he used to have back at the end of the Oxo expansion, but he still does a lot of damage and ends up capturing and sanitizing a large part of the Inkopolis and Octo Valley Canyon population, including those that chose the side of Order during Splatoon 2's final fest. Murray, Agent 3 and 8, Captain Cuttlefish, Bisque, Merch, etc. Even Marina didn't escape those events and has been sanitized too. The remaining population lives as hardly as they can, trying to survive and live life like before, and even they aren't at peace, because of the threat that Tartar poses. The only thing that can protect them are the Squid Big Splatoon, which is now led by Kali, with other recruits including other people from the side of Chaos, like Pearl, Spike, Isopadre, Flo, and Kraymon, and also Agent 4. And as the new recruit, you will have to work your way out to destroy Tartar and his twisted machinations and his sanitized army, while rescuing the Inkopolis and Octarian population that has been sanitized. At one point, you will be forced to team up with DJ Octavio to bring down Tartar. Some missions here will require you to explore large areas in order to progress into the story. These areas will contain different objectives to complete, elements to collect in order to progress into the story, boss battles. You can go on in and out of these areas at any time, kinda like the levels from Super Mario 64 and Odyssey. And finally, keeping up with the aesthetic of the world of chaos, you can choose to incarnate a new race of sea creature, humanoid being that, let's say, derives from the Salmonids, like a Salmonling, the Salmonid equivalent to the Inkling or the Octoling, perhaps with special ability of its own, who knows. Well, this is majorly a huge speculation for the world of chaos, but things will surely look different in the world of order. First of all, the pieces of headgear from the Splatoon 2 final fest that represents the side of order lets us think we might live in a more futuristic, more modern, more technologically advanced world. High-tech gadget, fancy colorful design clothes, information technology everywhere, Pop music, electro music, techno music is the complete opposite of a world of chaos. One world where all sea creatures live on equal foot in a technologically advanced world. One where the turf war competition, not the game mode, think of Splatoon esports but in the world of Splatoon, is taken more seriously by everyone, and where the coordinated efforts of the team will allow everyone to win the games. This can be reflected by weapons, specials, and elements of the metagame of both current Splatoon games that give emphasis to team coordination being the main meta of Splatoon in the future, like Killer Whale, Ink Armor, Tentamissiles, Bubble Blower, Booyah Bomb, Echolocator, more weapons with squid beacons, especially viable ones, etc. Weapons and stages with new and crazy gimmicks, maybe with a more vertical layout, and that match the aesthetics of the World of Order will appear, and to change how we play Splatoon, with old stages like Urchin Underpass and the Reef returning with a matching aesthetic. Everything well structured and ordered, and perfectly balanced as all things should be. But apparently not everything will look nice at first glance. The gear that represents Team Order for the Final Fest might suggest that they live in a society under control, a dictatorship, most probably in the style of 1984, I guess. Despite the modern culture, your every moves are being watched. If they see you doing something wrong, you might be punished. There are even people among the mass living under mind control. The base of the story in this world is that with the technological and societal progress of Inkopolis, DJ Octavio has found its way to become Inkopolis' new ruler and establish his Octarian-style dictatorship, making governments, heads, and executives, and military, Inklings for the most part, pay for their crimes during the Great Turf War over 100 years ago, and punishing anyone else that oppose his ideas and think his music is bad. By ruling Inkopolis, he also took control of the Squidbeak Splatoon and made it his main propaganda police. Some people he imprisoned for opposing him include those that were on Team Chaos, like Agent 4, Isopadre, Spike, Pearl, etc. Obviously, he brainwashes Kali just like in the Octo Canyon and makes her his right-hand woman again, with a dedicated squad of backup dancers/warriors at her command. However, there's a rebellion brewing underground, and its leaders comprise of those on the side of Team Order, like Marina, Agent 3, 8, Murray, Merch, etc., with Captain Cuddlefish, the former leader of the Squidbeak Splatoon, as the head of the rebellion. Some missions here will involve stealth for the most part, as going guns blazing is rarely the best option to get through the levels. There will be other levels made into obstacle courses or escape sequences like trying to escape from a horde of Octarians at your pursuit. Later in the story, you might be forced to use Commander Tartar's technology to overthrow DJ Octavio and his army and saving Inkopolis from his dictatorship. Of course, in both case scenarios, you might receive help from Judd and Sheldon, and maybe oppose Mr. Grace, as neither of them has chosen a team for the Final Fest. Again, these are some major speculations for a future game if the side of Order wins. But there are still some expectations and hopes I do have for a future Splatoon game. Like better internet, first. That means more stable internet connection and with dedicated servers for the game. Better ranking system, more just and more representative of one's actual skill. Ranked modes during Splatfest. I will never stop repeating that until it happens, no matter how you choose to make it happen. And if you plan on redoing the Shifty Stations, then please make ranked modes variants as well. No exclusive gear for one region only, because it's unfair and stigmatizing a huge part of the Splatoon fanbase. No exclusive gear ability for Splatfest either, because it's dumb and it throws away some customization options we could have planned using this gear ability. Make the Wii U gamepad compatible. Well, although this sounds idyllic to me to wish for such a controller option, given that they buried the Wii U too soon in order to cover and hide their mistakes, it still has perks that no other controller can get, like looking at the map quickly on the gamepad and executing actions in a single touch of the screen, like super jumping, instead of taking time figuring out what's the right sequence of controls you need to do your job. But hey, if we got GameCube controller for Smash Ultimate, then why not Wii U gamepad for Splatoon 3? Push the customization further. It can be anything from more haircuts and pants to features like tattoos, eye shape, freckles, height of character, tentacle motif, and other cosmetic and stylistic options for our character, because why not? get rid of this kit system, as in one fixed sub and special for every main weapon in the game, with one or two eventual variants for each main weapon, and be able to choose whatever sub and special weapon we want on our main weapon, and turn the variants into skins. Maybe even go further by customizing our weapons' looks with colors, decals, stickers, decorative items, maybe make some customizing elements to affect the weapon's stats, like more range and less damage, more precision and damage but less fast fire rate, extend the charger's maximum range but it's more ink consuming, etc. Just like how you can customize a character's car in Team Sonic Racing, for instance. I think this can trigger a dynamite effect into both the meta, the Splatoon lore, and the community to be able to freely customize our weapons' looks, stats, and kit, share it with others, and even order other people's weapon. Other amiibo compatibility. It would be nice to see exclusive pieces of gear or even weapons unlocked through other amiibos than just the Splatoon series amiibos. Although to keep it fair, it can only be skins of existing weapons in the game, like the hero weapons and the Octoshot. Whatever turn the story gets, I want to play as other characters as well, and not just my character. I want to be able to play as Agent 3, 4, 8, or even any of the idols too. This can help diversify the story by looking at it under another angle, that of other characters in the story. And hey, who doesn't want other characters to cooperate with you on the field? Why not through local multiplayer co-op? Actually, why not local multiplayer? I feel like it is more easily implementable with Splatoon 2 than Splatoon 1, since this game does not use the Wii U gamepad. By how the game plays out with one player, all you need is a split screen and there you go. You can open another world of possibilities with local multiplayer in Splatoon. 4-player local turf war or ranked mode match, local 3-player or 4-player squad online, local multiplayer salmon run, etc. All on the same Nintendo Switch, not multiple consoles. You kinda missed the target with local multiplayer with this game, Nogami. So please, don't miss the chance next time. And at last, fix the input delay of the controller, please. This is crucial for competitive players to be able to react as fast as possible, and if they feel the delay again, this won't be good. Even the Wii U gamepad had less input delay, so why not a simple Pro controller? One more thing. Cloud saves. If not for the level and the rank in ranked matches, then just store the acquired gear, weapons, and story progression instead of depriving players from such a capital feature that is critically missing in Splatoon 2. The ability to keep our save file somewhere safe other than the console, so we may restore it once the Nintendo Switch console breaks down for one reason or another. This might be possible because the rank is only displayed when we are online, so I'm assuming the rank can be, and in fact is, stored in their database. You just need to associate the rest of the save file with the player ID and rank in the player database. And that's pretty much how I see the future of Splatoon. If you have other speculations and ideas concerning a future Splatoon game, then leave it in the comment section below. You can still submit your ideas for a topic you want me to talk about as well. And as always, don't forget to like and subscribe to my YouTube channel and follow me on Twitter and Twitch, links in the description below. This was Stardust Sonic, and I'll see you next time. Bye!